How do I look, yellow man?
You look like you're about to tell your friend not to come to school tomorrow, man.
When it comes to adult cartoons, they've always had a reputation of being wacky, nonsensical. They have a lot more freedom than their child-friendly counterparts, which allows them to do more of whatever they want. However, one of the more modern shows, I feel, has completely and utterly mastered absurdist humor, and that show is Smiling Friends. So join me as I take a look at the pilot, which I feel proves this point very well, as we nearly complete the road to review 25.
Stephen! Get in here and sit at the dinner table! Your son's home! Oh, would you shut the up, woman?
General plot synopsis before we dive in. Smiling Friends is the brainchild of Zach Hadel and Micheal Cusack. It revolves around the day-to-day adventures of the Smiling Friend, a business whose main service is to make people smile. There's Charlie, Pim, Glib, Alan, and Mr. Boss. The episode I'll be talking about today is actually the pilot, Desmond's Big Day Out, so let's not waste any more time.
Pim, can we watch something else?
It's about to get really good. It's about to get really good. Trust me.
I think we might have a mouse in the office. My precious piece of cheese has gone missing.
The first moments of the episode really tell you a lot about what you're getting into. Right off the bat, the first thing I noticed was the pacing. It's all over the place, and I love it. The show will go from moments of calm, where characters are speaking normally, to intense sequences, or just a dramatic change in tone. It works very well for the humor they try to accomplish. The structure of the story is also very much grounded in this weird sense of reality. Him showing Charlie a video that he likes, but Charlie not really caring, is a situation that I'm sure a lot of people have been through. Having a house infested with mice, also something I'm sure people can relate to. The wackiness comes from how it's presented. The alien thing being the video, and Alan's strangely monotone voice just give off that vibe of uncanniness, which is a staple of a lot of Adult Swim cartoons. So these two characters here, Charlie and Pim, are called to the office of Mr. Boss, and...
You guys don't have a problem watching someone eat, do you?
Not really, no. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So I got a call from a mom today.
Yeah. There's a lot of random humor in this. The trap that a lot of these shows that use random humor and absurd humor a lot may fall into is that sometimes the randomness becomes predictable. Like, you've seen the same type of joke so much you kind of know what to expect, even though the whole point is to not know what to expect. Did that make any sense? Didn't think so. What I mean is, you become desensitized to all the randomness you're exposed to, and this show could have easily fallen into that trap. Thankfully, the show employs other methods of making you laugh, so that it doesn't become the same joke repeated over and over again, like another show that wishes it had the comedic prowess of Smiling Friends. I love jokes like this, because it doesn't have to flat out tell you that it's a dark or mature joke. It's hidden among layers of this thing called subtlety, because when you don't outright tell your audience what the joke is, you actually give room for them to make their own understanding, and you don't indirectly treat them like children who wouldn't know what's being implied. Cough, cough. So they get taken to Desmond's room, where it's already been implied that Desmond is a small child, no more than maybe 10 years old. But in actuality, the big twist comes in the form of Desmond being a full-grown man.
This is gonna be great, Charlie. I love helping kids. I love kids, Charlie. I love kids. Hey, little buddy, how are you doing?
Oh my god. Whoa.
The big takeaway I want you to get from this is how much care is put into dark or absurd humor. A situation like someone ending themselves in real life isn't funny. And just because you're an adult show and you're allowed to use subject matter like this doesn't automatically make it funny. The reason why it works here is because of how calmly it's presented. The fact that there's a full-grown man who looks like a russet potato with a gun to his face isn't in of itself funny, but the funny thing is that they don't play up that situation too much. I like this joke here where Charlie essentially tells Pim that they should bail on the situation, because it really subverses your expectation of what the normal reaction should be. There's also this close-up shot of Desmond, where he says if he doesn't smile before the day's over, he'll game-end himself. It doesn't work because it's dark or because you have to like dark humor to like the joke. It works because this situation would never happen like this in real life, which allows you to laugh without feeling like an asshole. Now, up to this point, if you didn't know already, the co-creators Micheal Cusack and Zach Hadel are actually really big online personalities. In fact, both of these guys got their start on Newgrounds and YouTube respectively. And when I learned about this while researching the show, something clicked. The humor of the show reminds me a lot of that kind of humor. That late 2000s, early 2010s internet humor bleeds a lot throughout the whole experience. If I could compare this to any other animated show that stemmed from the internet, it would probably be ASDF movie, or ASDF movie.
I like singing. I like dancing.
I like trains.
It has the same basic elements, the wacky, absurd, non-sequitur humor. The fact that the show is governed by Adult Swim is also a big factor in why this is the way it is. Adult Swim has consistently been shown to be one of the most creatively freeing studios in the animation sphere. Programs like The Eric Andre Show, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Bob's Burgers, and Loiter Squad could not have existed on any other studio other than Adult Swim. The show has a unique art style as well. And touching on that, I love how all of these characters look like a mix of completely different art styles, but at the same time, look uniform. It makes all the characters instantly recognizable. Like, show me any character from any episode, and I'm sure I could easily identify them.
Yeah, that's my beautiful sister Amy. We don't always get along, but we sure do love each other. Pim, I genuinely hate you.
So Pim decides to take Desmond to his house to show him that quality time with your family is something that gives life purpose and is a reason why he shouldn't kill himself. Now hear me out. I know that I've given a lot of praise to the episode early on, but this plan makes Pim look incredibly stupid. Like, Desmond legit said that his whole family has left him, leaving only his mother, who I'm sure is a treat to live with. So bringing him here only shows him how much he's missing out on. Kinda dumb if you think about it. On the other hand, it's not like it would have mattered anyway, since his family edges to the more dysfunctional side, to say the least.
Well, I haven't really been home since Christmas, so I guess I forgot there's sometimes some family tension.
This scene honestly made me wonder how Pim has such a good outlook on life. If I were in this environment where my dad is casually emptying out shotgun shells, I'd be a wreck by the time I reached adulthood. It wasn't a deep dive into Pim's family or anything, but I'm glad we got to see it nonetheless. It gives us a bit more background on him as a character and where he came from. Remember, this is the first episode, so seeing all of these characters and where they came from and their life experiences does help in identifying with them more. Pim, after seeing that his first plan doesn't work, decides to take Desmond to a party. When he tries to approach someone, however, he gets made fun of and called old. What I like about the structure of the episode is that each time Pim tries to help Desmond, he only makes the situation worse, but at the same time makes him question his own beliefs and sanity. He does nothing but provide Desmond with more reasons to end it all, while at the same time he was just trying to help him. It's incredibly smart for a show that portrays itself to be absurd nonsense.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's okay. You know, like, we're all getting older. I guess our best years are just behind us.
Exactly.
Guess I'd never really thought about that before.
While they do make light of the situation, they never actually make fun of the guy who's trying to end himself. Like I said, other adult shows would have taken this opportunity to make fun of the victims and their situations, making a mockery of their experiences. So to take a little break from that plot, let's go back to Alan. We see that after discovering a completely secluded part of the building, that these purple creatures called bleeblies are the ones that have been eating his cheese. It runs away, however, and hides in something that very closely resembles a sack of nuts. I know I said this before, but Alan's voice is so funny. The fact that his monotone voice completely contrasts the emotion it should be projecting is hilarious to me. They also show that Mr. Boss is a gamer. Because yeah.
Well, yeah, but nice things can't last forever.
That's exactly it. Are the best parts of life really just finding momentary distractions to keep yourself busy so you don't think about the harsh realities of life for a second?
This scene honestly impressed me so much. I love how Desmond's spiel completely silences Pim, who up until this point has been a very optimistic person. I also like how Charlie completely flips the tone, just wanting to get things over with. I actually don't find Charlie to be a bad person here story-wise. While it can be said that he should be trying harder since someone's life is on the line, he isn't made to look like a horrible person because he knew that they weren't going to be able to help him. He also doesn't actively contribute to Desmond shooting himself. He just kinda feels awkward and wants to get out of the situation as fast as possible.
Our food has gone missing. Luckily for you, there's Desmond's Blebly control.
The resolution of the whole situation was actually very clever. It shows that sometimes it takes a pure coincidence to get someone out of a bad situation, and not desperately trying to make them feel better by giving them superficial experiences. Plus, I'm really relieved that they didn't have Desmond shoot himself, because a lot of other shows would have had that outcome to try and get a cheap laugh out of you. So the fact that they did something different, and honestly something that was way more clever than the cop-out ending, is a huge plus in my opinion. The last scene is what always gets me. It's like a culmination of everything I like about the show in a single scene.
Jesus Christ, what is that? What is that?
I don't know.
Alan, grab it. Grab it.
I'm not gonna grab that. You grab it.
Smiling Friends is a shining example of what can be achieved when people are given creative freedom to do what they please with their creations. Being on Adult Swim, one of the most lenient networks, really helped the show's case. The art style and the humor is unapologetically in your face and weird, with touches of internet humor sprinkled in almost every scene. The pilot made solid introductions for all of the main characters, and from the first few scenes, I could already tell I was going to enjoy the show. Smiling Friends gets a huge thumbs up from me, and if you haven't seen it, get on it. There's only 8 episodes out thus far, so it would literally take you less than a day to get through the whole show. Thank you so much for watching. The next review is obviously going to be review 25, so make sure to look out for that. I am really excited to upload it, since it's one of my longer videos that I'm ever going to make, and it'll take a lot of work to get it out and get it to the quality that I want to, but by the time it's out, I'm pretty sure it'll all be worth it. Hopefully. So please be patient, cause it won't be a very easy process, and it'll take long, is what I'm saying essentially. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and take care.